So in this tutorial, I'm just going to run through the mileage tracking feature that we have. And the first thing that you'll need to do is to set up under the account settings on the bottom left. Once you go into account settings, you'll notice that there is a button called Payment Methods and Currency Options. And under here, you've got your mileage setting information, and you need to select here what your mileage allowance is per mile. And sometimes, particularly in the UK, we have two levels for mileage tracking. Up to the first 10,000 you can claim at one cost, and then after you've done 10,000 miles there's another amount applied per mile. So for most of you, you'll be doing under 10,000, so you'd want to set this amount, and I know that this does change year on year. So to start with, at the moment the current rate is 45p per mile, but you can adjust it, and if you want to switch this on and this off for the second level of mileage costing to reduce the complexity, then just switch it off here. But if you do a lot of mileage and you want to change your rate, you can change the actual level of the mileage there, and then you can change the actual cost per mile, etc. here, or just enter in your own amount here. So as I say, I'm going to switch that off for now. So we're charging our mileage rate at 45p per mile. So you need to set that up in the mileage setting and press the Save Changes, and it will give you the success message. So you're all set and ready to go now with the correct amount entered. So I would suggest you go into your appointments. For example, this is where you're wanting to track your mileage, and you're wanting to go from one appointment to another. And so you would click on the details button here, and routinely you might go to the directions button, and it will ask you first of all whether you want to do any mileage tracking. Now, in order to access this automated feature, you will need to be on the subscribed plan, but there is a way to be able to use this if you're not subscribed, if you're in the free trial, by entering this in manually. But in order to access this, this is an upgrade feature. So you would click on the yes, that you do want to do the mileage tracking before you actually do your directions, and it's automatically got entered in here the actual address of where you're going to. This is the appointment that you're going to, and if you're on a mobile phone, it will give you your current location. It doesn't do this in the desktop version, but if you're on the go on your phone, it will allow you to enter in your current location where you are through your GPS. But when you're on Wi-Fi, you actually need to type it in manually. So you can use this button to type it in, and then you can just type in an address, and you can do that for both of these two fields. Or you can just go back in and have the address in here, and you can choose an address from your drop down menu. For example, you're going from A to B, and you've got your amount already put in here for 45p. You can adjust it here if you want to change it, and then by clicking the track mileage, it will automatically work out what the distance is between the two postcodes, and it will tell you that based on 45p, that means that you can claim back £3 on this journey. So it enters in £3 on this date, and it will give you your business mileage from this address to this address. It might, the GPS sometimes just gives a slight adjustment on the actual postcode, but don't worry too much about that. That's just what Google finds. And it will be all tracked under your travel expenses category. So it will show in the description as these two locations for your address, and this will be the category that it gets categorized under. And all you need to do then is just press the save and go, and that expense will automatically now have been tracked into your business expenses, and it will take you straight into your Google Maps here to be able to see the fastest route, and you'll be able to just carry on your journey. So if we then go back into the Pocket PA app, you'll then be able to go straight into your business expenses, and you'll be able to see this is your last one that's just been tracked. Sorry, this bottom one at here on the 20th of April. It's showing that it's a mileage claim, it's for travel, and it's £3, and these are the two postcodes that you've gone between A and B. So by clicking on here, it will give you that information in more detail again. It'll show the expense category and show that it's a mileage claim. So you can, again, edit it or delete it as you can with any expense. And if you want to sort through, once you've got all your data exported, you can just sort it all according to mileage claim, and then it will give you an overall total of everything just related to mileage claims at the end of the year, so that your accountant can quickly and easily see exactly what you're claiming for. If you want to enter a manual mileage claim in and not do it from your directions button, if you've got an afternoon spare and you just want to do some mileage claim tracking and you aren't on the subscription yet, you're able to just go straight into the plus button here and go to the expense, and then you'll be able to go into it here and choose this button here at the top that says mileage tracking, and then you'll be able to enter all that information. Alternatively, if you're in the business expense screen, at the bottom right where you press the plus button, the bottom one of the two shows mileage tracking expense, and you can go straight directly into this mileage tracking thing, and you can then just type your information in here directly. You do need to put more of the address in so that Google can find it, so just make sure that you've got the address and the postcode and stuff to put in, and then it will just carry on working it all out just as I showed you on the automated feature. So just to recap, on the plus button here, you'll go into the expense and then just click on this mileage tracking here, and then you can start entering in the information and then track the mileage and then save it under that business expense. So that's everything that you need to know about mileage tracking inside the Pocket PA app.